Hey, yeah, I know I'm a little late, sorry, but hey, 4th of July here in America, and just the holidays kind of, well, it kind of had to take priority. So, I had like some barbecues here, and some parties there, extra hours at work there, the drill. Anything to go and keep me from talking about ZO episode 41 or Ryusoulger episode 15, but hey, I finally decided, yeah, I kind of have to do this. And trust me, I did not want to, especially with ZO, and pretty much everything has reset. Okay, well, not exactly. Some annoying aspects have reset. Picking up from where we were last time, after Sogo finally got the Deno ride watch and officially became Grand ZO, Oma ZO decided to go and drag his younger self back to 2068 for round two. But yeah, even with the powers of Grand ZO, Sogo could barely even lay a scratch on the guy. And yeah, apparently, even though Sogo has to, it's not just writers' first finishing moves he can copy. He can actually summon heart-like replicas of these writers to, basically fight for him. Yeah, kind of like what the End is able to do. Um, Although, unlike with the End, Omazo can apparently hijack control of these writer replicas and have them fight for him whenever Sogo tries to summon one to fight him. And it's during this little demonstration of that Omazo points out that even though he has Grand Zio, Sogo isn't exactly on par with him in terms of power, and that's because he still has yet to create the Drive Ride Watch, because the show finally remembered, oh yeah, Gates took the Drive Ride Watch back with him when he stole it from it and the Ghost Ride Watch from Omazo. But just as Waz goes and warps the younger version of his beloved Wagamalo back to 2019, he goes. Waz has a has his long-awaited chat with his proper boss. But both of them realize that there's something wrong with the time flow. So yeah, when Sogo lands back in 2019, well, yeah, he basically lands at the alternate Hill Valley in 19 for Back to the Future 2. It is that exact same scenario. It's the alternate 1985 for Back to the Future, and yeah, Hiryu is our Biff Tannen in this instance. And the Time Jackers have basically decided finally that yeah, we still have Hiru around, and yeah, as we saw at the end of his debut as another Zo, the another Zo, another Ride Watch wasn't destroyed. It managed to regenerate. Mostly because Hiru is still a stubborn asshole, and Sogo's little speech for forgiveness at the end of that episode, basically Hiru took it the exact wrong way, and I think it was just Sogo trying to basically just pouring salted lemon juice into the wounds. So yeah, not only is Hiru back as another Zo, it's actually gotten a lot worse since apparently he's well, okay. Long story short, he's upgraded to another ZO2. So apparently there's another writer versions of Kamen Rider's upgraded forms now. Apparently that's a thing. Yeah, just as how Sogo became Grand Zio, Hiru, as his dark counterpart, is now another Zio too. And he has the exact same powers as Grand Zio. In this instance, he's able to summon previously created another riders to act as his enforcers. He doesn't even need to go and slam in another ride watch into a person to create them. He could just materialize another riders out of thin air. And basically, the Time Jackers basically made Hiru into their final weapon, their strongest another rider. Again, ignoring the fact that we still have yet to see another Drive and another Decade, but maybe they'll save that for later. Or well, okay, there's also V Cinemas. To give Shirakuro's canon explanation as to how Sogo got his hands on the Kuga and a double ride watches, since again, according to him, Heisei Generations Forever is non-canon. Yeah, Shirakura loves to use that card whenever he knows that a movie's going to piss the fans off. He's like, oh no. Did I ever tell you all the definition of insanity? Anyways. Yeah, there's definitely. Hiru even has himself a statue inside of. Basically, all of Japan and presumably the world is completely wrecked by not only his own power but also the other riders that he just summons on, as his army. Yeah, he even has himself a little statue. In a little forest that he has his castle at, he has a little statue of himself surrounded by the other riders, just like how in the future Oma Zio has the statue dedicated to when he first transformed into Zio, surrounded by the previous riders. Yeah, it's basically, yeah. Again, yeah, another ZO2 is his Gray Sports Almanac. And yes, just like with alternate 1985 and Back to the Future 2, nobody recognizes Sogo. Everything's gone completely topsy-turvy, and Gates is back to trying to kill Sogo because he thinks that he's Zio. And yeah, Gates should know that. Okay, even in this instance, Gates is still an idiot because he's been fighting another ZO2 for basically God knows how. Basically, I have no idea what's going on here. It's like, it's because another ZO2 apparently, in addition to being able to summon another riders whenever he wants, is also able to rewrite history. And he didn't use that power and he's presumably not using that power to erase Sogo from existence and just end this show already, is because he wants to torture him and make him suffer. In other words, breaking one of the cardinal rules of the evil overlord list. Dude, he kicked your ass before. He's kicked the asses of all the previous and other riders before. So, if you have a gun against his head, you pull the trigger. You don't draw it out. You have you are literally the history eraser button. Just erase it from existence. Just just have him say, "Was, I don't feel so good," and just bye-bye, blip. But no, again, the villains in this show are complete and utter idiots. Hiru is still has this raging revenge boner on for Sogo and wants to draw this out as long as possible. And yeah, he's basically just going to let Gates and Waz go and take care of the job for him. Yeah, Gates, because again he's still an idiot and thinks that Sogo is another ZO2, even though he sees that aside from just he should know that he's not the one responsible for the other riders. I mean, yeah, he could transform into Zio, but he's not another ZO2. He's again, not exactly sure how this Gates works, but he should at least be able to tell the difference. I mean, hell, he should just take a look at the statue in this castle. You should know that that's not the guy behind the rider powers. You complete utter putz. Nobody recognizes Sogo. His uncle doesn't recognize him. Gates he doesn't recognize him. Wants to kill him again. Tsukiyomi doesn't recognize him, and in addition to still getting control over Time Jacker powers, also wants to kill him again. And he's basically like, yeah, no, screw Omazio. Hiryu is the new Demon King. I'm gonna be kissing his ass now. Now, where's my chapstick? And the only ally that Sogo has is Tsukasa. Yeah, if I was stuck with that pink douche canoe, you know what? Forget it. Nope. And okay, again, at least the Time Jackers are at least following my advice and actually kept another ZO2 in the wings just for this instance because they realized they were out of time. But again, this isn't the sort of thing that you save until the very end. That's the sort of thing you unleash at the start. Again, if that's what's how I would have written another Zio to work is that he gets stronger the more the previous and other writers were created that he could draw his powers from, which was what I thought that they were going with for the start. So again, wait until all the 19 previous and other writers were created that he could have a much greater array of powers to draw from. And again, we're still missing another decade and another drive. So, I mean, yeah, sure, he could summon all the other writers that were created except for the future ones, Quiz, Shinobi, and Kikai, but, hey, those are future another writers, you could kind of forgive them for that, but, and actually, speaking of, since apparently Heisei Cherishes Forever is non-canon, how is he able to? How does he have the powers of another Kuga and another Double? I mean, we don't see those two in other riders, but it's assumed that. Actually, wait a minute. Now that I remember right, when you take a look at the statue, another Kuga and another Double aren't seen anywhere in that statue. In his courtyard. So how did again the V cinemas? Yeah, don't question it too hard, or don't think about it, or else you'll be kicked in the head by a horse. I keep forgetting that. Bad, bad, bad. So yes, apparently next episode we're getting help. Not only Sougos not only getting help from Tsukasa, but also Kaito. And why are they concerned? And yeah, where we finally get the revelation, where Tsukiyomi finally learns that Schwartz is her brother. Dun dun dun. Yeah, we already knew that. So okay, so either they're going to finally deal with Hiru as another ZO2, and yeah, Sogo, you better just go and put an end to him. It's clear, yeah, you let him go once. He's clearly still obsessed with revenge against you. He's not going to change his ways. You've given him plenty of at least 1 or 2 second chance. You gave him a second chance, and that's one time too many. This guy's clearly proven he's an unrepentant psychopath, and he is going to continue to cause mayhem, slaughter, and kill anyone who gets in his way. You have to put a stop to him. Don't let this be a repeat of the another Kiva fiasco. If so, then you will. Actually, no, you've already solidified my opinion of you as a complete idiot. Just don't make it completely. I mean, it's my opinion of you as an idiot is already set in stone. Just don't make it set in steel, if that makes any sense. Anyways, moving on to Ryusoulger 15, and we get a little bit of backstory as to why Camilo, I think is Camilo. Yeah, okay, we get some more backstory as to why Camilo is so unwilling to work with the Ryusoulgers. And we also get introduced to not only his personal Kishiryu, Masa Rex, but also his little sister, Oto. And yeah, since they're obviously based off of the myth, or in this series case, they were the inspiration for the story of, Urashima and the Ryugu Palace. Oto is clearly the inspiration for Queen Otohime, who was the ruler of the Ryugu Palace. And Masa Rex is based off of a... let's see, hold on. Oh yeah, a Mosasaurus. I think it's like somewhat related to a plesiosaur, but no, wait, they're different things. No, plesiosaur is like like the basis of the Loch Ness monster. Mosasaurus. Okay, dinosaurs clearly aren't my thing. You know, I was just like, I'm just. Well, at least I know. The least I know about dinosaurs is that they weren't able to talk, and they didn't get. Well, never mind. Just go watch Linkar's review of Marvel #4, and you'll see that hey, at least I know more about dinosaurs than Bill Jemas. Anyways, yeah, the reason why Camilo isn't willing to work with them is because of an ancient grudge between the land and sea Ryusoul tribes. Yeah, back after they kicked the Druidons off the planet last time, apparently there was some sort of schism between the two tribes, and the sea Ryusoul tribe basically just retreated to the ocean and basically just told the land tribe to go screw. And yeah, Masa Rex apparently remembers that ancient grudge and is basically the one telling Camilo not to get involved with the land Ryusoulgers. But yeah, there's going to come a point to realize where you can't exactly go holding on to these grudges for so long, bud. Especially since again the Druidons are back. They're creating Minosaurs, and pretty much people are going to die because of your stubbornness. I mean, Camilo is more than willing to work. He's willing to work with them, and in fact, help save them from the Minosaur of the week. Yeah, the Minosaur this time was created from one of Ui's basically another internet personality who is basically kind of like sort of a Bill Nye kind of guy. Only he's basically just more focused on magnets. In magnets, how do they work? And yeah, since the guy's obsessed with magnets, the Minosaur he creates is able, he that was spawned from him is able to charge people with a positive and negative charge. Mostly, he just sticks to a positive charge to keep the two, keep people unable to get in contact with each other. Basically, the Minosaur creates a magnetic pulse between the two, and the closer that the victims are to each other, the farther away they go. Just like yeah, example, he used the beam on a mom and her daughter, and the mom just went flying off into the sky a la Team Rocket. I mean, at some points you can even see the twinkle. It'd be kind of funny if it wasn't so horrible. But you know what they say, you can't spell slaughter without laughter. So, and when the Minosaur tries to do that on Kamelo and Co. Kamelo and Co. There's like barely even anything to it because again, Kamelo's keeping his distance from the Ryusoulgers. But Co. And one point, again, his idiocy showing is still trying to establish a bond with him. But okay, I get why he's trying to get Kamelo to work with him, more team members against the Druidons. But he's kind of going about it at the worst time, the worst possible time when the monster. I mean, hell, the Minosaur demonstrated that when all four of his other teammates went flying after they were hit by the beam. Okay, his heart's in the right place, but again, he's not exactly. Logic ain't exactly his best friend. And yeah, to make matters worse, Oto gets kidnapped by Creon, and basically uses leverage as a plan between him and oh god, what is that guy's name again? That new Druidon general. Hold on. Oh yeah, Kishiryu. Basically it's a plan from Kishiryu to basically have him go and attack the other Ryusoulgers. But okay, through a little bit of misdirection and a little bit of science, they managed to pull together and defeat the Minosaur. And yeah, Kamelo. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Apparently, Kamelo is also apparently the Sea Ryusoul tribe came into contact with Aquatar, since apparently Kamelo is able to communicate with Masa Rex and Oto whenever he's near water. Yeah, just a little bit of water splashing on him, or like when he dips his hand in water, he's able to communicate with Masa Rex all the way back at their home base. And basically they were able to come up together with a quick plan to use his Electro Ryusoul to basically change change Tiramigo's positive charge to a negative charge, and bring the 5 mechs back together to form Kishiryu 5 Knights and take out the Minosaur. Again, Kamelo is starting to think that there's some worth working with these guys, but as long as Masa Rex keeps telling him no, okay, it's probably going to be resolved in like 1 or 2 episodes from now. We all know how this works. So it's somewhat decent episode, but just again kind of meh, and not exactly selling me on Kamelo as a 6th Ranger. I mean, hell, I'm still remembering the well from last year, from Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger, and boy. So yeah, again, Zio. Okay, just a few more episodes left to go. Just a few more. We've gotten this far. We could do this, and then hopefully Kamen Rider 01 can come in and just give us something good. And Ryusoulger is still just. It's at least better than Tokyuger, Ninja, and Q Ranger at this point. But that's not saying much. At least this show isn't pissing me off, unlike those 3. Not exactly a high bar to climb. So, hooray for being hooray for mediocrity.